Hey, welcome back to my kitchen. I know many of you have been wondering, when is the rhubarb cake going to be done? Well, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be done shortly. So, for those of you following along, I got this handy dandy little piece of paper with all kinds of rhubarb recipes that I got from my mother. And that's what we've been making. So if you haven't checked out the rhubarb pie with an amazing crust, or the rhubarb crisp that is delicious with vanilla ice cream, check those out after you've made this wonderful cake. So let's get to it. First things first, oven. We're gonna wanna set that for 350 degrees so it's preheating. Use a preheated oven. Then I'm gonna grease a 9x13 cake pan because that's what I'm gonna make. You could also use like 2 8-inch rounds. That's up to you. We'll set that aside. First things first. We are going to get some basic ingredients together first. We're gonna get 1.5 cups of packed brown sugar. To that, we're gonna add 1 egg. And then we're going to put in a cup of shortening. All right. And remember, you always got to throw a little bit around. The spouse never knows you're in the kitchen if you don't leave a mess. Okay. And we'll use our handy dandy mixer, and we're just going to cream this. Okay, so we've creamed our mixture. To that, we are going to add a cup of buttermilk. If you don't have buttermilk, well, run to the store and get some. No. You could just as well use 1 cup of milk and then just add 2 tablespoons of vinegar. You'll get the same effect. But you know what? Buttermilk. You gotta do it. And then, totally optional, but you know what? If you're baking in my kitchen, we love the vanilla. Love the vanilla. So, just, put a little scooch of vanilla in there. And then mix this up. Go ahead and scrape the sides from time to time. Okay, so that didn't take long. And then just set that aside for a moment. Next we're going to take 2 cups of flour, and to that we're going to add a teaspoon of baking soda. And then I like to give that a good little whisk just to mix that together. And then slowly, or you can do it quickly and make a giant mess, slowly add that to your liquid mixture. And see, you've got your mixture. Now, what did we say this was? Rhubarb cake. So you haven't already, run outside, cut yourself about 4 cups of rhubarb. I've already done that. Don't forget to wash it. Otherwise, it may have a little more protein when you bring in the bugs and such. So I cut at about a 1/4 inch cut. Seems to be a nice size for a cake. And we're gonna throw that in a bowl. Get it all in there. You know, in 4 cups, 5 cups. It's all a horse apiece. So, let's see. Let's get that in there. Try to get as much as possible. Mix it around so that it's you know, just a giant mess. Oh, this is going to be great. All right. Then, let's grab our, that was good. Ooh, the vanilla, I'm telling you. You got to do the vanilla. So then we're going to get our cake pan. Well, let's get that in there. I could have used a better spatula, I think. But you know what? Do you, I'll do me. Spread that baby around. Oh, just wait until you bite into this. Okay, then, you know what? My fingers are clean, so we're not going to lose any of it. Then, you got to top this thing off. So, I've used a 1/2 cup of sugar. The recipe then calls for 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Now, in my house growing up, my dad had a thing for cinnamon. And whenever Mom was making, whether it's cinnamon bread, anything with cinnamon rolls, this rhubarb cake, inevitably, we always heard, "Toots, did you put enough cinnamon on it this time?" So you know what? Let's pretend Dad's stopping by, and we're gonna go with 1.5 teaspoons. And that way, there will be enough. Even for Toots. Okay, let's mix that up. You know what? When I measured it wrong. I put in a cup, not a 1/2 cup, so we're going to make a little extra. And then we're only going to use half of this on the cake. How many of you were looking at that bowl going, that's a 1/2 cup? Oh my God, the way this guy measures. And then we're just going to sprinkle that. Give that a light dusting. We're going to go about half of it. Like I said, we want a 1/2 cup. All right, our oven is preheated. This is going to go in that oven, preheated oven, 350 degrees for about 45 minutes to an hour. I would start checking it at about 45 minutes, but you know it's done when you stick a toothpick in it, it comes out clean. So we're going to get that baby in there, and we'll be back when that's done. Alrighty, it's been about 45 minutes. Let's check this baby out. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? Then we're gonna just check it. Toothpick came out clean. We're gonna call that done. So now we're gonna let that chill and enjoy it either with some ice cream or a dollop of whipped cream. Okay, time to sample. Now, I like my rhubarb cake with whipped cream, a good dollop of whipped cream. Some people like vanilla ice cream. Please let me know in the comments what you would prefer. So let's see how it turned out. And if it didn't turn out, well, then you're just not watching this anyway. You're watching the episode where it turned out. Okay, let's see. That first one's always a doozy, huh? Ooh, that looks good. And I personally like the edge pieces because they're just a little bit crispy on the edge. Let's slide that over here. And then a dollop of whipped cream. Oh. Yep. Perfect. Tuts, that's enough cinnamon, in case Dad was wondering. But the tart of the rhubarb and the sweet of the sugar, and then that whipped cream, ties it all together. I hope you have a chance to make this amazing cake recipe. And please, let me know. Did you have it with whipped cream, or did you go ice cream? Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time.